Previously an island adventure. Ethan and Lily found a mysterious map inside an old bottle near the beach. They followed the map, which led them to a magical island full of mystery. They found themselves in an enchanted forest filled with creatures that seemed to inhabit the island. But things took a mysterious turn as dark clouds gathered and strange sounds began to emerge from the forest. While Ethan and Lily were trying to escape from the moving trees, they found themselves suddenly trapped. The trees wrapped around them from all sides, making it impossible for them to move forward or backward. Fear began to creep into their eyes and their hearts were pounding rapidly. Suddenly, a huge tree, larger than all the other trees, approached them. Slowly, it lifted its branches and carried the two children, bringing their faces close to its large, wrinkled face. The tree tried to calm them with a deep, warm voice, welcoming them. It told them that it and all the other trees were very happy to have them, as they had been waiting for this moment, spoken of in legends for a long time. Ethan and Lily felt a sense of calm and reassurance wash over their hearts. The tree began to tell stories about the island before the evil king arrived, about the days when the island was a place of joy and happiness. The rivers flowed clear, the flowers bloomed in bright colors, birds sang all day long, and the animals lived in peace and harmony. All the creatures of the island lived in harmony, and the old king ruled with justice and wisdom, using his magic staff to protect the island and spread goodness. But after the old king died, everything changed. The evil king took over, bringing darkness and fear with him. His spies spread everywhere, watching every move and whisper. The king lived in his luxurious palace, riding a chariot driven by giant bears, instilling fear in everyone's hearts. The tree spoke of the suffering the island had endured since the evil king took power. The weather on the island became erratic, with sunny days suddenly turning into violent thunderstorms, and quiet nights filled with howling winds. This erratic weather was a result of the evil magic sweeping the island. The tree continued to tell other stories, speaking of the cruelty of the evil king's followers. It told the children how these followers were merciless, hunting down anyone who opposed the king or tried to rebel. The tree sadly recalled the imprisonment of one of its close friends, a small mouse named Neps. Neps was brave and clever, trying to resist the king's tyranny, but was captured and placed in a dark prison deep within the king's palace, where no one could reach him. The tree explained that there was a magical book on the island, containing great secrets known only to the wise. Legends said that this book should be given to the two people who would come to the island in times of distress. These two people were Ethan and Lily. The large tree spoke of the places they should be cautious of on their journey to the magical book. It told them that the evil king was unaware of the book's gate, known only to the big tree, some of its tree friends, and the mouse Neps. His followers would not be able to find it. However, the tree warned them that the legends said the path to the gate was not safe, filled with dangers and puzzles. Suddenly, one of the trees sensed an unusual movement among the shadows. One of the evil king's cunning spies was hiding nearby and had discovered the children's presence. As soon as the spy realized he was discovered, he fled to relay the news to the king. Everyone was filled with terror and fear. The big tree realized a bad fate awaited them, so it asked Ethan and Lily to immediately head toward the magical book on the island. They had to reach it before the king's followers arrived and captured them. The children started running toward their destination, guided by the trees along the correct path. But soon they realized the evil king's followers were closing in quickly. As they approached, they decided to split up to make it harder for the enemies to catch them. Ethan headed to the right while Lily chose the left, and as they split, the king's followers began chasing them. The trees tried to slow down the enemies by moving their branches to block the path, but the creatures were relentless and strong. As Lily ran through the dense trees, she felt the breaths of one of the followers getting closer. She almost fell several times while running through the forest until a small lake appeared in front of her. There was no other option but to swim across it to evade the followers. Lily jumped into the water and started swimming. The waves were hitting her hard, but she continued swimming until she reached the other shore. As soon as she emerged from the water, she felt she had escaped. Before she could catch her breath, one of the followers appeared from among the trees and grabbed her. Lily tried to resist, but the followers were very strong and ruthless. One of them put magical chains around her wrists, making her unable to move. She looked at the horizon with eyes full of fear, hoping Ethan had managed to escape and not to come to rescue her and complete the mission. Ethan, who was running with all his might, felt deep sorrow when he heard Lily's distant screams. He understood that Lily had been captured and remembered the big tree's words, deciding to continue his mission at any cost. He knew that Lily needed him now more than ever, and he had to find the magical book to save her in the island. Ethan was getting closer to the magical book's gate, with the followers behind him and about to catch him. But the big tree was always hindering the enemy's progress to give Ethan enough time to enter through the gate. Ethan entered the gate, but as he was passing through the narrow corridor, he saw one of the followers lifting a huge hammer and hitting the big tree hard. The blow stunned the tree, causing it to fall to the ground unconscious. It looked at Ethan as if saying that all the island's hopes now rested on his shoulders. Ethan stood helpless, watching what was happening with a heart full of sadness and anger. He was about to act recklessly to save the tree, but remembered its words when it told him, "If one of you gets captured, the other should escape and complete the mission." As Ethan rushed through the narrow corridor, he heard one of the followers say in a frightening voice, "The king will burn this forest because of this betrayal." Thunder began to roar loudly, and the rain poured heavily, as if the sky shared their fear. Everyone understood that the news had reached the king, and that he had begun to wield his evil magic. Suddenly, while Ethan was running inside the corridor, the ground beneath him collapsed, and he fell into a deep, dark hole. He was falling rapidly, surrounded by complete darkness, his eyes wide with terror. His screams echoed in the void, while he felt the cold air whipping around him.